Hello everybody, it's Jay with the Real Jay Burnham Show, and today a lot of people have asked me, Jay, what's the basic equipment that I need for my moving business? What is the basics of what should I have? And that's a very good question, and thank you for asking me. So we're going to go over, first we're going to start with the dollies, and then I'll discuss some of the basics things that you're going to need from there. So let's look at the first dolly. The first dolly is a box dolly. Okay. That's a box dolly. Now this is a kind of a cheaper one. I bought this one long ago. I bought them at, like, I think it was Menards, but you can pick these kind up at Lowe's or Home Depot or something like that. They're good in a pinch, but I don't really like the wheels because the wheels are rubber, and if you put something heavy on it, if you're going on grass, it just isn't good. It's not good when it's the kind of pneumatic wheels that it's on it. I'll show you here. See, these pneumatic wheels, they're not the very best. I have found them to be kind of cumbersome when they're like on grass or on soft surfaces. On cement or pavement or something like that, they're fine. But they will, if you're putting a lot of weight on them, they will squish out. And I find that they will, like over winter, if you're in a place like I am, they will lose their air easily. So if you have to, if that's what you want, you can pick one of these up at Menards or Lowe's for like 50-60 bucks. They're good, they are usable, and if it's something that's all you got is 50-60 bucks, definitely use them. But if you can upgrade, I would upgrade to a bigger and better model one, and this one I got from Victory Packaging. I'll leave a link in the description, and it's an aluminum dolly, right? But what I had to do with that is, because we do use it quite a bit, it's very heavy duty. Again, it's got the pneumatic tires, but these tires don't squish down like the ones you would get at Lowe's or anything. But what I had to do is on this, you can see that we duct taped a pad to it, and I just took one of my older pads, one of that's kind of falling apart, and I folded it up and we duct taped it up really good. And you can see on the very bottom there, it's duct taped on the bottom. What that does is it pads, if we're using it for wood furniture or something like that, it keeps the dolly padded up so that it doesn't scratch the wood or anything like that. I find this to be one of the best dollies ever. It holds up a lot of weight, really good on grass and on hard surfaces. This one cost me about 300 bucks. I got it through Victory Packaging, but there's other places you can get it. You can get them on all these things you can get on Amazon. So let's go out to the next one here. This next one is an appliance dolly. Now you can rent appliance dollies or buy used dollies from Budget or U-Haul or something like that, or go to Menards and buy one of those appliance dollies. But I wouldn't recommend that later on. If that's the only thing you can afford at the time, yes, go and do it. But this one is from Yates. It's a Yates one. It's got you can see it's got two different straps on it. It's really good. It's got the felt on here, right here. You can see that's really good for the furniture, the wood furniture. It's really heavy duty. It's easy to haul. As you can see, I'm 6 foot tall, and it's about 5 foot. So if you got a big long piece of furniture or something, you can do it really good. The one about the store-boughts or the budget ones or U-Haul type ones, the runner on the back that goes up the stairs here, sorry about that, these things right here, these runners, I find with those U-Haul ones and budget ones, they don't work very well, and they'll stop and basically, if you use them like down the stairs, I've actually seen them where they left black marks down the stairs, and it's just not a good. So don't use that. Okay, one of the last dollies is a 4-wheel dolly. And then this is a Multi-purpose dolly. I use it for all sorts of things, for big items like pianos, like a spin-it piano or an upright piano. I'll put it on the bottom. That way we can roll it right in, out the house normally. Put down a ramp, zippity-doo-dah, up the ramp on the trucks, so on. Again, you can buy some at like Menards or Lowe's, but they'll be carpeted right here on this little portion right here. They'll normally be carpeted, and they're not very good. They work, but the tires are really also pretty bad. These are high density rubber, and most of those other ones with the carpet, they use plastic tires. Now I like the ones on the four-wheel dollies. I like the rubber wheels, because when you're moving it, when you're pushing something on it, they go right over all the terrain. Now with one of those ones with plastic wheels, if you hit a rock, it'll just stop. It's like when you go to grocery shopping and you use one of those carts, the grocery carts, and if you hit a rock, the wheel will just stop. It'll lock in and won't move. But with the rubber wheels, it'll just go right over it. It doesn't get stopped by anything. So that's what I recommend. And that's a good thing about the appliance dolly here too. It's got the rubber wheels on the bottom. With the cheap ones that you get at Menards or Home Depot or anything, they have the plastic wheels, and they're not very good when you hit a rock or something. So if you get a chance, always upgrade your equipment to the best equipment you possibly can. Again, this Yates appliance dolly, it cost me, I got it directly from the thing, so it's around 400 bucks. But it's well worth it. I've had it for 5-6 years now, and it's still going strong. The four-wheel dollies, I buy them at $50-$60 from Victory Packaging, or where did I get it from? Victory Packaging. I got it from one of the wholesalers, moving company suppliers, but they're about 50-60 bucks. Okay, really good stuff. I really would recommend. You could buy the stuff at Menards or Home Depot, like I said, but it's going to be your cheaper stuff. Also, on your trucks, what you want to do is you also want to make sure that you have a good tool kit. Definitely have like Allen wrenches, pliers, sockets, open-faced wrenches. Those are basics. If you go on and have a drill, that's a good item too. One of the electric drills, because you've got some bads that have like screws in them that you might have to take out. But that's your basic tools. Definitely Allen wrenches, a pair of pliers, a couple screwdrivers, a drill if you want. That's good. You would want a piano board for those baby grands, and this is a piano board. It's a long board. It's kind of filthy. Got to clean it. But this is our piano board. It does have on the side little slots for E-rail straps. So you can put your E-rail right in that and go across your piano and really strap it down. And then you could either put it on four-wheel dollies, or you could put it on an appliance dolly and just take it inside the truck there. Also, you should have probably a step ladder, small step ladder, to get yourself higher up into the truck, as well as some brooms and stuff like that. Now, some of the movers that I know, they will use packaging tape when they're wrapping up the blankets on their truck. I don't really recommend that, because you can harm the blankets. After a while, it destroys the blankets. What I would recommend is having a good number of moving or industrial rubber bands. Have a good number of those. And there's a lot of good tutorials how to wrap your stuff up and using the rubber bands. A lot of movers use regular packing tape and tape the blankets. Again, I really don't suggest that, because it does ruin the blankets. Other than that, that's your basic items. If you got your own trucks, you want to keep the stuff on the trucks as much as possible. You're going to have put in some system. What I have found is my guys just like leaving the tools and blankets and floor runners and all that good stuff. Oh, that was another thing you should get. You should get a handy dandy set of floor runners for when it's rainy and snowy, if you're in the snow area or muddy. That way you're not dragging in all the crap in from outside. So get some floor runners. So you got 15 footers and 20 footers. I would say get a set of like 2 or 3 of each. That way, depending on how many trucks you have, because you don't want to be dragging your stuff in. Yeah, I got lost when I thought of the floor runners. But that's your basic. Now, if you're going to keep your stuff on the truck, do so. But one thing I have found is my guys, they tend to lose the tools. So you're going to have to put in some system where when they bring the truck back to actually go through and make sure that blankets haven't been left or the Allen wrenches weren't left or whatever. And, you know, my way I do it is I have them sign the tools in, sign the tools out. And if it's not there, the person who signed the stuff in and out, they're the ones responsible for it. And if they're lost, it comes out of their check. I don't know, maybe you got a different system. I would love to hear it. If you got a different or better system, let me know. Leave me a comment below. But I think this is just some of the basics of what you should have. Obviously, there's a lot more stuff you could have. You could have little totes that are, you could have little plastic totes that you could have. There's different kinds of straps. All sorts of neat, funny stuff that you can have. But those are, this is just going over your basic materials and equipment list. All right, these are the basics you should have on your truck. Now, I would suggest on your truck, you should have about 100 blankets minimum for on your truck, but it never hurts to have too many blankets because they could always be used to put stuff into holes that are where you just can't fill with boxes or something. So have plenty of blankets, have a couple of dollies, have your tools, your rubber bands, and everything that you're going to need, and have it on the truck. If you're renting trucks, you're going to have to make sure you're putting them on and taking them off your trucks. But get a truck if you can. All right, awesome, guys. Thank you so much. Appreciate your time. Hopefully this was helpful. For you guys who are already running a business, hey, tell me what stuff you have on your trucks. Let me know, because let's learn from each other. Hey, maybe you're using something that I'm not. And I'd like to see some ideas there. All right, guys, thank you very much. Appreciate your time. God bless. Have a great day.